boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Youth at Hope Live. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, go ahead, make some noise. Come on. What are you doing? Come on. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to be back for another live week. Real quick, before we get started, I would like to announce, for those of you who watched at home last week, some of our studio audience attempted the Brown Listerine Challenge. We had 3 top competitors, which were Kayla, Jonathan, and Lindsey. Lindsey is here today. I promised her a peace tea if she came, so Lindsey, here you go. That is yours. Congratulations on that. So, that's one of the benefits of being in the studio audience. You get to try some stuff, have some fun. So, thank you for tuning in, whether you're here or at home. If you're at home, make sure you engage in the chat, say hello so we know who's there. I am Biscuit. If you do not know me for whatever reason, welcome. I hope I get to meet you soon if I don't know you already. You guys ready to have some fun tonight? All right, so we've got a little game that Tim cooked up, which when Tim makes up stuff, it always gets a little bit interesting. So he took the show on the road. He's got a special game that he played with a couple of our Youth at Hope students. And then we have another great message from Andy, and then some beautiful worship from some awesome worship leaders. So, are you guys ready for that? Yep. If you're at home and you're ready for that, make sure you type ready. I'm going to pull a Roman. I'm going to talk to the chat directly because, why not? It's fun. So, let's get started with our entertainment piece for the night.
Band. Hand. Wand.
Is sprat a word? Third? It's a word. Oh no. Tan. No. Talk.
Time.
Okay, that was actually pretty good.
first video, we talked about how evangelism means good news, and how as people who've experienced the good news of Jesus, we are now messengers of it. In the last video, we talked about how sharing the words of that good news isn't an obligation or duty, but just the natural reaction we have to the great compassion and love we've experienced from God in our own lives. But are there other ways to share the good news without specifically talking about it? Remember, evangelism is about pivoting your whole life, not just the conversations you have with your friends. In Matthew 5:13, Jesus told his followers to be salty. Not this kind of salty, this kind of salty. Salt enhances the flavor of our food. It adds to it. It makes it better. If salt doesn't change the flavor of something for the better, then there's no point in using it, right? The message of the good news is the message of God's compassion, grace, and love, shown to us so clearly through the death of his Son on the cross. Jesus' sacrifice has restored everyone who believes in him to a full and abundant relationship with God, where they can experience this compassion, grace, and love every moment of every day. It's not just a message of some promise of heaven after we die. It's a message of heaven now as we experience the full and abundant life God wants to give us. That's some good salt that could be so beneficial and maybe even life-saving to people in our world. And so, every time we act out compassion, grace, and love, we are sprinkling a little salt on the lives of those who are on the receiving or even noticing end of it. In Matthew 5:14-16, Jesus said, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." If we have the light of the good news inside of us, how does it shine out? Through our actions, through our good deeds. We tend to think of a good deed as something random we do when the opportunity arises, like carrying groceries across the street for an older person, raking a neighbor's leaves, or helping out at a soup kitchen over the holidays. But what Jesus was talking about is so much more than that. The word for these deeds in the original language means actions that carry out or complete an inner desire, intention, or purpose. And the word for good is a good that is attractive, a good that draws and inspires others to embrace the goodness. So when our intention or purpose is to bring others to experience the compassion, grace, and love of God, then we, through every action, not just specific deeds, through our entire lifestyle, act out that compassion, grace, and love. The more we taste and absorb the goodness of God, the more it affects us and transforms us to live the goodness of God. Not that we live some holy, perfect life where we never sin or make a mistake, but that we just start naturally spreading more of that salty compassion, grace, and love wherever we go. We just naturally become a lamp shining in the dark that attracts people to move toward its source. The people who know you may not be interested in talking about Jesus, but they won't be able to help wondering what's wrong with a person who responds to hatred with compassion. They won't know what to do with a person who forgives someone who clearly wronged them. And they might even start to question their own beliefs when they see someone go out of their way to show love to someone who doesn't deserve it.
She hears you clapping at home. That's good. Before as we wrap up Manny's message tonight and we think about those love and good deeds and the actions and evangelism and all that you've learned about it in your last 2 weeks of small group, I'm hoping to see you and anybody else watching this at home here on Sunday night for small group for sure. But as we prepare for worship tonight, I wanted to share kind of a moment, a worship moment with you. And wanted to encourage those of you watching at home and those of you here in the room to engage a little differently tonight. And so we're used to worship being someone standing up here on this stage. It's what all churches do, almost all of them. There might be a stage, but there's a front of the room, and there's somebody with an instrument. And there might be more people with instruments or more singers, but we're used to responding to that in a way because they're here and you can see them and they're visible and they're real. And that's what we've been trained to do our entire lives. Like from the moment I walked into a church as a 19-year-old kid at the upper campus building, I remember Roman Kopecki in a Hawaiian shirt on the bongos, and I remember Brian Stanley on the microphone, and I remember a whole bunch of people, Rich Andrews on a saxophone, and several others, and I remember worship being an experience, and those were amazing experiences that I will always remember. But I also remember an experience on a rooftop in Haiti. And certainly we're not on a rooftop in Haiti, but I remember one of my most powerful worship experiences in my life around a phone playing a Spotify song, right? And so oftentimes you look at that and you say, wow, there's no way I can't worship the same way I can in a room full of people, in a room full of instruments and real people as I could to something that I can't see or feel or be a part of instrumentally. But I'm telling you, that's false. It's false in my life, and I know it can be false in your life. Last week, I overheard a student saying last week that being in the room for worship, even though it was on the side screens, felt different. And I would encourage you to take that comment and that moment in my little story and say, hey, how can I engage in what's on the screen from Kendall and Lindsey tonight? And how can I have that speak to me in a way that I can present myself and put myself in a worship moment? And so for those of us in the room tonight, I'm going to ask you to stand as we would on a Sunday morning. For those at home, I ask you to put away your phone, do something a little bit different tonight, maybe than your normal routine is. Maybe you're watching this later. Maybe you're watching this, Sunday, hoping to catch Mandy's message before you come to small group or something. But I hope that as you watch this and as you engage with worship tonight, that you have that moment of giving your heart, giving that time to glorify God in that moment. As Kendall sings in this first song, here's my heart, Lord. Here's my heart. And so let's go to worship tonight together.
Here's my heart, Lord. Here's my heart, Lord. Here's my heart, Lord. Speak what is true. Here's my heart, Lord. 1,000 stories of what they think you're like, but I've heard the tender whispers of love in the dead of night, and you tell me that you're pleased and that I'm never alone. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are, and I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. Oh, I've seen many searching for answers far and wide, but I know we're all searching for answers only you provide, 'cause you know just what we need before we say a word. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are, and I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. 'Cause you are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways to us. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways to us. It's love so undeniable, I can hardly speak. Peace so unexplainable, I can hardly think as you call me. Deeper still as you call me. Deeper still as you call me. Deeper still into love, love, love. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are, and I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are, and I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways to us. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways to us.
Thank you, Lindsay, and thank you, Kendall. It's always good to worship, and it's good to worship with you guys here in the room tonight. Those of you at home, I hope you had a moment. Hey, a couple announcements as we get forward. I know my mic wasn't working, so none of this went out to the outside world. It only went to here in the house last week. But YWAM on Saturday is certainly an option. Lindsay signed up. Mackenzie was thinking about it, not sure who else may be interested, but the information's all out online. I think leaving here in the 8:30, 9 o'clock territory. I have to be back here by noon for something that's happening here in this room on Sunday, but I'm either going to go back to YWAM to pick up, or somebody else is going to come down and pick up, or we'll kind of figure out the details of that exactly based on who's going to sign up. But we kind of need to know today so we can make those plans, and either we're just going to go down for the morning as a group and come home or not. But if you can't commit to that whole time, you can't commit to going down into Chestnut Hill to do the YWAM activity, there's an event happening here on campus as well with some canned food sorting in the upper campus parking lot for the Office of Children and Youth. And you could show up to that for 10 minutes and be a blessing to that process and the things that are going on there. So if you have the ability to come to YWAM, do that, because it's going to be awesome to see kind of the work that has been done since we were there last time in the winter. It'll be kind of neat to see kind of the progress of that building and to kind of contribute a little bit more to that. There's a bunch of people going from Hope, maybe 14, 15 Hopers, and friends, it's so good to kind of unite with our other peers and our people that are going from the church and connect with that intergenerational stuff. And so when you see those intergenerational opportunities, please take them. Jump in on that. Those are really, really great and a good thing to do if you get the chance. And so make sure you connect with that. I just want to pray and close up, and we've got some time to spend together tonight with some other things going on here. God, thank you for the opportunity to continue to do these Youth at Hope Lives. We've been able to add some pieces every week and make them just a little bit better. We're excited for those both watching at home and those that are here with us tonight. And God, we look forward to being together on Sunday night in small groups when we can dig in deep on the lessons we heard from Mandy tonight and continue the relationships we're building in our current groups. God, thank you for everything you do for us. In your name, amen.